Well, it looks like the gaming industry will never respect its fans. I will never understand the idea that you can disrespect someone then still expect their money. It never made sense and it never will make sense because it's just completely retarded. But the gaming industry continues to do it, and this is about the uglification of women in video games and the upcoming Dragon Age game, the Veilguard. We all know there's an attempt across all of the gaming industry to make women hideous because they hate men and they hate that men love beautiful women, and they are trying to appeal to nasty transgenders who don't even play games and just want to pretend to be like women and then get violent with people when people don't play along with their dirty mental illness. And the gaming industry rather appeal to weird homosexual freaks than actual gamers. And we have some tweets to look at from the former writer of Dragon Age at Bioware, and he's basically disrespecting gamers again. Here's the first tweet. It says, quote, "The females aren't hard enough, yet because they're glued into the notion this is obviously incel behavior, they swapped out attractive for masculine and thus transgender because that's the framing which makes them seem political instead of cornbrain." Can't say the actual word, this is YouTube, but we all know what they mean. Let me just say this first. Anybody that just randomly brings up dirty videos on the internet, they're the one that have the addiction, because nobody even mentioned that. When we call out the obvious attempt to uglify women in gaming, they say, "Oh, you must watch dirty videos on the internet." Nobody was even saying that. Nobody mentioned that. Nobody said that they watched that at all. Why are you just randomly bringing that up in conversation? Because that's what you think about. And you mentioned transgender as well. You want to be honest? You would say that a lot of people learn about this stuff through watching corn videos on the internet. That's where a lot of people are first introduced to transgenders, by watching that content when they're underage. So if anything, it's those weirdos that have the addiction. And we're not even asking for nudity or sex. I think that's pretty weird and awkward in gaming. I just want fun gameplay and a cool art style, an addictive gameplay loop, reasons to keep playing the game, variety. We're not asking for nudity in gaming. You want to gaslight people because it's painfully obvious what this industry is doing. I can show many examples on screen. You can't lie to us anymore. We see it. We are not blind. You can call us whatever you want. This is an active effort across all these big companies in the gaming industry, and gamers do not like it because men like beautiful women. Wow, who would have thought? Men like women? Dumb fucks? So why do you make women so ugly? Because you want to appeal to homosexuals and weirdos that don't buy games, instead of giving men what they want and then making money because you gave the actual audience of gamers what they want. And I have a follow-up tweet to read from this guy, and this one says, "And here I am, recalling how this has been a thing ever since some dude whined about Cassandra actually being a man, posting over and over and over about her giant jaw and posting phonology pics to scientifically prove why his PP remained flaccid." I don't know what grown man used the term PP. That's a corny and cringe thing to say, and I'm assuming he's talking about a character that was in a previous Dragon Age game that turned out to be a weirdo playing pretend. And I just looked it up. This is that character that he's mentioning. And yes, that is actually a man, because these people are degenerate freaks. Again, you're appealing to a 1%, probably even less than 1% if you really think about the pretender genders, not the dirty homosexuals. And I'm assuming it wasn't blatant or obvious, because I feel like it would have been more of a conversation if it was obvious. But I have a conversation to show you from this same person, assuming another developer at the company, because they have a similar Twitter handle. Here it is. It's ridiculous because every female character in Dragon Age is gorgeous except for Sister Patrice. They're just mad they aren't white. Who even mentioned race? And this coming from an obese white guy. Why do obese white guys hate being white? It's just so cringe at this point. You're not flattering anybody of other groups by hating on yourself. You just seem like a disgusting loser, a fucking weirdo. It's cringe. You need psychotherapy. I don't fucking get it. I just think it's weird and corny. But then the former Dragon Age writer replied to that and said, "When your idea of beauty is framed solely by the porn you," oh my god. He keeps mentioning dirty videos on the internet. Whatever, I continue. "Corn you watch and the anime you prefer, then no, they aren't. Not to them. And they very likely pine for the days where every female character exists to be beautiful and wonder what could have changed. The world changed, dude." Let me just say this now, because these idiots refuse to understand this shit. There's nothing wrong with sexualizing women in entertainment. Entertainment that is especially geared towards men is meant to give men what what they want. Stop listening to women. If women aren't the majority of your audience, you shouldn't be listening to them. Listen to men and what men want. And what men want is sexy women and entertainment. You want our money. Well, I don't know. You hate gamers. A lot of these game developers just straight up say they hate gamers. This idiot was disrespecting gamers earlier, so I don't think you want money. But if you want men's money, give men what they want. There's nothing wrong with every female character being beautiful. It has nothing to do with dirty videos on the internet. Why do you keep bringing up that? You're weird. You're the one watching those videos beating off 24/7. There's nobody's even mentioning that. And plus, you're purposely going out of your way to make the women ugly, so you're not even making them average looking. No one's asking for every character to have floppy boobs jumping around. Nobody's asking for that, but you're purposely going out of your way to make them hideous. The characters in your game look terrible. Objectively fucking terrible. And you deflect by claiming that we're the weird ones, that we're asking for dirty videos when nobody's asking for that, when it's obvious what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with every female character being attractive. No one wants hideous. No one wants basic or even average. Depending on what you even mean by average, because average is so low nowadays. But what people want is idealistic, the best. Why would you want to see something realistic? Majority of women in real life are fat and ugly. Why would you want that in a fictional realm? You don't want what you can see in real life in fiction. You want what you can only see in fiction. And that is the best of the best. And that includes attractiveness when it comes to women. And you're never going to change that sex sells. Period. You're never going to change that. Men love beautiful women. And when you disrespect gamers and you disrespect men, claiming we have a weird addiction to dirty videos, instead of just not going out of your way to make your women in the game purposely hideous. Not just naturally, just different types of women in terms of attractiveness and less attractiveness. No, purposely. When you do that and you're disrespectful, go fuck yourself. You're not getting no money. And of course, his weak goddamn pussy locked his entire Twitter account because he cannot take any criticism. He wants to fire shots at gamers, call us incels and losers and all these different names. All these people all across gaming do. I don't get the strategy. You're not getting my money if you're being disrespectful. So you want to attack and then lock your fucking account like a little bitch. Your tweets are protected. These posts are protected. You guys see it on the screen. Pussy. This guy is a loser. And this is a former writer of Dragon Age. The weirdos at this company that are still at this company doing this gay shit as well. Saying the same shit. This whole gaming industry has this nasty gay culture. Goddamn all of corporate America. They're shoving a bunch of homosexuality and hideous women and masculine bitches. We don't get no attractive women in entertainment no more. Just ugly as fuck women. Especially in gaming. And it's blatant in gaming because it's digital. And I can't wait to see this industry fall apart. Because you're not listening to your fans. The indie developers are going to take over. Indie developers actually focus on gameplay and interesting characters. The AAA is gone. It's over for you. And I don't have much else to say about this or this nasty Dragon Age and Veilguard game. I ain't buying it. And the weirdos at BioWare, you better hope there's enough homosexuals to pay your bills. And I got nothing else to say. BioWare and Dragon Age, go fuck yourself.